Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Pericles, and today we actually come to you not with one, but with two cats in the background. Sorry, they're adorable, had to point them out. Anyway, today we get to hear from Lord Cerymon in Act 3, Scene 2. He's a new character that gets introduced to us, and he gets introduced at the top of the scene and gets to talk a little bit about himself, so we'll learn a little bit more about him. But the stuff that has happened, Pericles was sailing back from Pentopolis trying to get back to Tyre with his wife in tow, who was pregnant. They also had a nurse along with them. The wife went into labor during a storm, did not survive birthing the child. The child did survive as a daughter. They have decided that, or they did decide that they need to throw her body overboard because that's the only way that they can calm the seas is to get the dead body off of the boat. So they put her in a coffin and they throw her overboard. And then they decide, Pericles decides that they need to aim for Tarsus to meet up with Cleon, who he knows from before, because he needs somebody to help take care of this baby. He can't do it himself. He needs like a wet nurse or something like that. So that's where they're going. So now we're in Ephesus, which is a town that we haven't been to yet in this play, and we get to hear from Lord Cerymon, who is like the town doctor, and he starts off the scene like being helpful, giving some medicines to some people and that sort of thing. And then a couple of gentlemen come in, and it turns out that and he's like, why are you up so early? And they're like, actually, we like felt an earthquake or some sort of thing, and it scared us and shocked us out of bed because otherwise we wouldn't be up right now. And Lord Cerymon's like, yeah, I buy that. He genuinely means he buys that because he doesn't think that they're that hard workers that they would be up so early. And they're like, but you, like, why are you up and about so early? Like, you work so diligently all of the time. Why are you up so early? And Lord Cerymon says, I hold it ever, virtue and cunning, were endowments greater than nobleness and riches. Careless heirs may the two latter darken and expend, but immortality attends the former, making a man a god. 'Tis known I ever have studied physic, through which secret art, by turning o'er authorities, I have, together with my practice, made familiar, to me and to my aid, the blessed infusions that dwells in vegetatives, in metals, stones, and can speak of the disturbances that nature works, and of her cures, which doth give me a more content in course of true delight than to be thirsty after tottering honor, or tie my pleasure up in silken bags to please the fool and death. So what he's saying here is he'd rather be smart than rich. Basically, he knows a lot of people go chasing after nobility and wealth and that sort of thing, but he has spent his time studying science and physics and minerals and the healing properties of plants and all these sorts of things, and he derives a greater pleasure out of gaining that knowledge and then helping people with that knowledge than accumulating stuff. Is basically what he's saying. So he's a doctor, and he's a good doctor, and he's the sort of doctor that people can trust. And the couple of gentlemen that are there start making comments to like continue the conversation as if they're going to now debate the merits of going for wealth versus going for knowledge. But then a couple of servants come in and they're carrying a really big box, and they're like, look at this chest that we found that just washed up on the shore. And somebody's like, hey, that looks shockingly like a coffin to me. And can you guess where this might be going? Any thoughts? Any guesses? Any clues? We'll get to find out more about it tomorrow, because tomorrow's monologue is Lord Cerymon describing the coffin / chest and what he finds within. Because when a box washes up on shore, of course you're going to open it and see what's in there. Like, who wouldn't? So they do, and we'll find out what's in there tomorrow. But if you have a if you have a guess, leave it in the comments. We'll see if you're right, and I'll see you tomorrow for more.